and welcome to this week's episode of Pop Culture News and Reviews. My name's Anthony, as always, joined by Seve man. How you going?
G'day, mate.
I can see
Good.
you. We are using cameras for once in our remote recording session, and I think will help. It will help to see your face and get reactions.
It'll make it a little bit easier, so we don't talk over each other all the time.
Exactly right.
So just look into my eyes and we're sweet, all right?
I will. I've fallen in love though. It's dangerous. The danger you run. Mate, I'm going to ask you to start though. What have you been watching this week?
Mate, I've had a couple of things. A couple of new things.
A couple of things on the go.
Couple of new things. Now, first thing, I started this yesterday morning. So it's on Spotify through Sirius FM, I think. Do it. It's Marvel's Wastelanders.
Oh, right. Is that with Old Man Logan, Old Man
Hawkeye?
Old
Man Star-Lord.
Old Man Star-Lord now.
It's just Old Man Star-Lord.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're doing a Old Man Hawkeye as well. It is
surprisingly very good.
What do you mean surprisingly, man?
Well, because these...
Isn't the cast really good?
There's only two real names I know in it, and it's probably the best character in it is Danny Glover's character. Danny Glover's in it. He plays Red someone. I can't remember who it is. And then I think he's just a normal, like a farmhand because I don't want to say too much because I want you to listen to it because it's very good. And then you've got Vanessa Williams in it who plays Emma Frost.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Doom's in it.
Nice.
So basically, I can say this because it doesn't spoil too much. It's Old Man Star-Lord and Rocket. They're the only ones left of the Guardians.
Yeah.
And then
definitely
more gets pulled out from there, and it's really good. And the other thing I started watching last night was Heels.
Oh, with Stephen Amell and Alexander Ludwig, yeah.
Very good.
How are you finding that, man? Because
First ep.
My missus said to me the other day, she's like, do we want to watch this? Because it's on Stan. Like, it's easy to watch.
This is... I was hooked from the first ep.
Oh, excellent.
It's like, I went into it thinking, it's going to be like Arrow. It's going to be you're going to have your little cheesy bits and it's going to look the same. No. Tonally, it's a proper TV show. It's not a gimmicky show like you would see on the CW. This is legit TV. It's done by Stars, I think, is who does it. It's very good. Very, very good.
Well, I've seen it's been getting pretty good reviews and stuff, but yeah, no, there's just something about it that I've been like, actually, you know what I think it is? I got burned by, what was that show? Alison Brie went and did a wrestling show. I think it was called Blow, now that I think about it.
Never heard of it.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I couldn't get into it. I really struggled with it. I didn't know if it was because it was a wrestling show or because it just wasn't a good show. You know what I mean?
Probably a bit of both. Bit of column
And then
A,
Heels has come up and I'm like, I've been burnt. I don't know if I can get into this. But
yeah, no, it is. I recommend it. Give it a watch.
All right. Well, definitely will. And I'll definitely start listening to Wastelanders because I've been looking for stuff to listen to lately and I've just kind of gone back over a lot of things that I had in my audiobook collection.
Yeah.
And I've like re-listened to a bunch of things. So I've listened to the entire Percy Jackson series again.
Well, the good thing with Wastelanders is it's broken into, I think it's half-hour chapters.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Which sit about 25 minutes because then you got 5 minutes at the end of it for the guy reading out the cast list and production assistants and all the... So you just skip through that.
I was actually listening to an audio series they were doing called Aftershock, right? Mm-hmm. Which it was about a giant earthquake that happens in America or that happens like off the San Andreas Fault or whatever.
Yep.
And it raises a bit of landmass, like just off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's gone to hell in California or whatever. So people are trying to get to this landmass to claim it.
Oh, well.
To be like, this is going to... Yeah, it's really weird.
This is the new America.
But the way it's done at... because it's gone into martial law and the Coast Guards and everyone have taken over. So it's getting told from the perspective of two people who got to that island, but they've then been caught by like national security and being interrogated.
Yep.
So you're hearing the story of them being interrogated while also hearing the story of what they were doing there.
Yeah. Yep.
So
well,
it's
the thing with Wastelanders, they did like a little smart thing they did. It's told by a robot.
Oh, right.
It's told by this robot Cora, and she's basically what do they call? They call her a skin bot. So I'm guessing she's a robot with skin over her, sort of like a Terminator. But she's
like a life model decoy in the Marvel
She's
universe.
like a recording robot, so she records everything. She's not allowed to interfere unless her life is in danger. But if someone else's life is in danger, she's not allowed to interfere. She has to just sit there and record everything that happens. And she can record like your voice. I think she records video, heart rates, biometric pressure, everything. Like she records legit everything. So it's told by her.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That does sound like it's an interesting take on it. Like, it's not bad. And I do just want to jump into the cast list for this Aftershock show I was talking about, because this is what got me listening to it in the first place. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, JDM.
Yeah.
Love
David
JDM.
Arbor.
Oh.
Yeah. Bethany Joy Lenz. So
Don't
you
know
would
who that
know
is.
her as well, but she was in One Tree Hill. And she does really good voice work. Sarah Wayne Callies is in it as well.
That's Laurie, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they're the voices that you really hear the most of, and they do a really like. All right, I'm going to jump into the next thing I want to talk about as well. Anyway, but it's one of the issues I have with Marvel. What If is that I don't think the actors are great voice actors.
Well, we said that from day one, didn't we?
Right, but these actors that they've got for Aftershock are good voice actors, and I don't know if it's because we're not seeing anything animated to it.
Well, you know what's funny about that you mentioned with Wastelanders, as I said, Danny Glover is really he's really, really good. Now he's a high caliber actor, but he crosses over and his voice works, and he's believable, and to the point where you're like, there's some bits that he says it's like it's touching in a way. With What If I never felt anything.
There's no animation to go with it though. Like, maybe these actors are good actors, but when it gets animated to it, it doesn't convey what they're conveying. You know what I mean? Because, all right, so I'm going to jump into the first thing I want to talk about, which is...
you're picturing something in your head, but it's not coming across for what you're seeing through the anime. So you might be picturing what they're picturing, but then what the animators are adding to it is not the same as what them or us are.
Are you up to date on Marvel What If?
No, I haven't watched I haven't watched the Doctor Strange one. Not sure if I really want to, but
it's good. I'm going to say that it's something different, is what it is.
I mean, I'm going by your recommendations for each episode. So if you tell me that it's no good, I probably won't watch it. Now you told me what was the last one?
The last one was
Avengers.
The Avengers.
The Avengers. You said that was really good, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to trust you with these. So if you say watch it, I'll watch it. If you say...
What I'm going to say
if you even have an inkling that it's an I'm not watching it.
It was better than the first two, is what I'm going to say. Right? It's probably sitting alongside the last Avengers one.
Oh.
For me, it was because of the way they did it. They... see, I don't want to spoil this for you now. But
I know the starting premise. It's that he, instead of losing his hands, he lost his heart or something, didn't he?
Yes, so instead of losing his hands in the car accident, he loses Christine.
Yeah.
And then his journey to the mystic arts is to get her back, not get his hands back.
Oh, okay. Right. Yep.
Right. So they have this anyway, watch it. We'll talk about it probably next week.
Don't spoil too much.
Yeah. But we can even go back to the episode before, which is obviously it's been out for 2 weeks now, so everyone has had a chance to watch it. So it was the someone killing the Avengers before they can form, essentially. Now we know all those actors are good quality actors. We've seen them do what they do.
You know what's funny is I've forgotten that episode. Who killed them?
Hank Pym.
That's right, it was. Yes.
As Yellow Jacket.
The whole ending. Yeah. Yes. I forgot the ending of it. Because Hope died.
Yeah, because Hope was trying to work with the Avengers.
Yeah, like
Hope was working for Fury.
But she didn't have this. How did she get the suit?
Well, apparently she was trying to work as a spy or whatever. So I'm guessing she's approached Nick Fury on her own kind of thing.
Which sort of doesn't make sense to the whole Ant-Man thing, but...
Well, it feels like that would be the what if. What if Hope were to work to Fury before, talking to her family?
Before
but
they got... Yeah.
Well, it means the what if is that he told her about her mum before Ant-Man.
Yeah. So she tried to...
Because that's why she did that.
Yeah.
She went to go...
Did they say that, though?
Yeah.
Or are we just supposed to try and figure that out?
No, they said that at the end.
Okay.
When Nick Fury was talking to Hank, saying, she came to me because of this, essentially is what he said.
Yeah. So instead of keeping it a secret, he told her and then she went searching.
Now what I want to say is we fawn over whatever Tom Hiddleston does. He doesn't do much wrong.
He's very good.
And I think his voice fell flat.
Yes.
I don't
know.
I just don't think the animation is doing their voices justice. I think that's what it is.
I'm not sure it's animation. I think it's more... I'm going to say it's writing. It's gimmicky.
Could be.
It's very...
Yeah.
It seems like it's more aimed at children. Like, really aimed at children.
Yeah, and that content last week wasn't...
Like, the MCU comes across, and it's a whole, whatever, DC versus Marvel. The DCEU is darker, adult-ish, whatever. And you've got the Marvel who's aimed at everyone, the MCU, which is a greater tactic to aim it at everyone so then you get more money. That makes more sense. This seems like it's specifically aimed at 10-year-olds. Like, you have gimmicky jokes, you have things that it's like, they're trying to be funny. It's like, don't force it. Don't force it.
I would have agreed with you probably in the first 2 episodes. I think the Hank Pym killing the Avengers went a bit into the darkness. I'm going to say that Doctor Strange is dark.
Okay.
The Doctor Strange episode is because this is what I mean now.
Is this the 4th ep or the 5th?
Fourth.
Because I wasn't sure. I was trying to remember if there was one in between Avengers and what was the second one?
Star-Lord. T'Challa being Star-Lord.
That's right. Yeah.
So that was very gimmicky and very jokey.
Yep.
Yeah, and Thanos was a throwaway,
Geez, you were really hurt by that, weren't you?
I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it. And I didn't like... you know what? Let's take the next bit of news here. We're going to do movie news first. Well, actually, no. We're talking what if it's TV. Either way, look, I've heard rumors that Hayley Atwell is going to be reprising her role as Captain Carter in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay. Makes sense.
So she's going to be live action Captain Carter. I don't like the character. And that's where it's falling down for me.
You know what's with that is, though, when we were watching that, I said to the missus, I'm like, I would prefer this to be real than a cartoon. I would prefer to see her in the suit. Because she's stunning. And seeing her in a suit,
I've got no issue with how she looks.
Wicked.
I have no issue with how she acts.
I want to see her.
My issue is that I don't feel like Captain Carter is a good Captain America. And that's my takeaway.
She's not Captain America, is she?
Yeah, but that's my issue with it. It's that I feel she's just another Captain Marvel. And I don't need or want another Captain Marvel in Marvel, essentially.
Yeah.
I think Spectrum's going to be a good character, but she's not Captain Marvel. She's got she's got flaws, she's got demons.
She
doubts herself. And that's cool. Where it comes from.
She's
for me.
She seems cool. Captain Marvel never seemed cool.
No, but it's like in my head, it's because they're just so sure of themselves, I can't relate to them.
Yeah. And
I think that's what my issue is. It's that when these characters, even Tony, as sure as he was in everything he did that was right, he struggled with demons.
He had demons. He had a lot of demons.
And I think that's what
he had very
Marvel
Bruce Wayne
I struggle with Captain Marvel. Yeah, definitely. But that's what I struggle with Captain Marvel. Even in the comics, I can't relate to her character ever.
Yeah, right.
It could be because I'm male. It could be whatever that is. But I struggle with that. And I'm getting the same vibes from Captain Carter when I've watched her. So, you know, there's that. You know what? We will stick with movie news. We do have news about Doctor Strange. So that was a rumor. The next rumor we have is that Sylvie and Morbius from Loki will be appearing in Doctor Strange. Which is... Yeah. They're just putting everyone in that now.
I think they're just doing a Spider-Man. They're doing a
Throw
Spider-Man.
them all in.
Just everyone. Just...
Let's see.
You want a dick here? Have his dick and her dick and everyone's dick. Just get dicks. Dicks
now,
everywhere.
speaking of Doctor Strange, we did see in the trailer for Shang-Chi, we see Wong obviously fighting Abomination. We see him leaving probably to fight Abomination in that trailer. We're not going to go any further with that, but we are both giving everyone a week to just make sure they've watched Shang-Chi before we talk about it. Essentially is what we're doing here. Because it came out in Australia, as of recording this, it came out about 3 days ago.
Yep.
And a lot of Australia is still in lockdown. You guys can't get to the movies. And this has come direct to the movies. There's no streaming.
There's no streaming, which sucks because that would have been so much easier.
Yeah. So 45 days is when it's going to come out. A lot of Australia is struggling right now with spoilers because spoilers are going nuts because theaters are open overseas. It's happening.
Yep.
Like they don't care. They're going. They got cases. They're going.
Yep.
Look, on that, I am gonna waylay to or jump over to miscellaneous news down here. We've got a little bit here in regards to releases.
Geez, you're going all over the place today.
I am. I'm scattershotting it, man. The first is that we got an article saying that the Russo... Now, this was quite clickbaity in my mind, but the Russo brothers were dealing with Marvel in that they were going to direct another Marvel movie, and they have pulled out, apparently, of the negotiations because of what's happened with Scarlett Johansson and her lawsuit with the straight-to-streaming stuff. Now, once you actually read the article... Once you actually read the article, you see that they just want clarification of how they're going to get paid. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not...
Yeah, fair enough.
They're pulling out. They just want it clarified of how it's all going to work moving forward. The problem is in the changing landscape of now, I think that clarification's hard to come by.
But they've never had problems getting paid before.
No.
I don't think they ever would have problems getting paid before. They're too smart for that. Their team behind them is too big to have Marvel, Disney, whoever's in charge of payroll, to try and screw them over.
Yeah. Well, look.
And I think with that whole payroll situation, I don't think it's going to happen very much anymore.
But see, this all harks back to a changing landscape because everyone decided to do what Robert Downey Jr. did in the first Iron Man, which was instead of taking a massive pay, it was tie your pay to the release profits. So say we want a percentage of the box office instead of getting paid a set figure.
Did they do that?
Robert Downey Jr. did that.
Are you sure?
First Iron Man. Yeah.
Okay,
that's why he's a producer on there.
This is pulling back to Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, and I think is it Ivan Reitman who done Twins?
Yeah.
Because the companies didn't want to pay. They're like, and they weren't going to pay them. They're like, well, because they didn't want to bank on Arnold being comedic relief. Because he's a big action star. We can't have that. Then it turned out they made a deal. They'll take a percentage off of the box office. That sent the company broke.
Yeah.
That funded it because they did that, because they pulled so much of the percentage out to pay all three of them, because the company was like, oh, yeah, you can do that. We're not going to make bugger all out of it. The movie was huge when it came out, and they went, I can't remember who the major company was behind it, but they lost a lot of money out of it, like a lot of money.
A lot of money that could have been theirs. So,
and it changed the way people did deals from then.
Yeah, that's how Robert Downey Jr. has been getting paid so well with Marvel. It's because he's been taking a percentage of the box office this whole time. That's why Scarlett Johansson has the issue she's having, because she had the same deal for Black Widow. But obviously...
And there was no box office.
Exactly right. So...
Well, I mean, you make your bed, you lay in it, I guess, don't you, in a way?
I think...
I'm not saying it was right or wrong, but...
That's a gamble you take right there. You say, I can get paid a set figure or I can get paid based on that. Now, she's saying the fact that they released straight to streaming dramatically decreased her earning capacity.
Well, yeah.
Which is understandable. That is 100%. 100%. She's not wrong.
If that was in the deal before... If she signed that it was going to go to streaming, well, it probably wouldn't have been in there,
she wouldn't
would
have.
It?
No, it would have had to be changed.
Yeah. But she would have had to sign something along the way.
Well, the other side of it is it may not have even been in there and may have been changed last minute because of the shifting landscape of COVID. You know? They got to the point where it was a year and a half after where it was supposed to be released and just said, we have to release this. You know?
But it's
also the reason why we're looking at Shang-Chi right now as just on at the cinemas and not of direct to streaming slash, you know?
Because too many people have signed the dotted line and they're not going to go back on it again because that's bad.
Yeah, so that's where that's at. I don't think the Russo brothers are a hard no. I think it's just we have to work through this. Look, I'm going to say, and as much as I love what they did, I don't think them not doing another Marvel movie would be a massive loss. Just because
calm down.
I've seen... Oh, no. Well, mate, I've seen what they've done. It was great. I want new stuff. Does that make sense? Like,
fair point.
There's a bunch of...
Yeah.
And that's what I think made... Like, I loved what Joss Whedon did in the first Avengers. Age of Ultron, not so much. But, you know, he was supposed to be the one that went forward with it, and the Russo brothers took over from him.
Yeah, because he fell flat.
You know? So I think for a cinematic universe, et cetera, to keep evolving, you've got to keep having new voices.
It still blows me away that though, like with the whole Justice League thing. Like he falls flat, they get the Russo brothers in, and then Warner Brothers goes, "Yeah, we'll hire him." It's like, guys, you want to think about this a little bit? No,
yeah.
Okay.
Look, yeah,
don't worry about it.
That's that. It is what it is. There,
but then they doubled down and did the same thing again and got guns, so it worked.
Yeah, look, the same kind of thing we're looking at here is Patty Jenkins has come out. So this is, if everyone remembers, the director of Wonder Woman. Both Wonder Women.
Both Wonder Women.
The good one and the not so great one.
The Zack Snyder written one and the not Zack Snyder written one.
Look. That's what we're going at.
That's where we're going. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, so she's come out saying that she thinks movies that come out direct to streaming are fake.
Has she watched her own movie? Did she watch 84?
No,
because let's put it this way.
But no, that was direct to streaming. And she's saying that it fell flat because of that.
Yeah, no, because let's look at Extraction.
Yeah, Extraction was...
Let's look at the Old Guard. I mean,
Love and Monsters.
Love and Monsters. You can keep going. Like this,
our highest rated movie.
This is just...
words mean nothing. I'm going to raise this just one more for you. The Snyder Cut.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think just
fake.
because your movie fell flat.
Yeah, exactly. You've copped a lot of slack for your crap movie with your rapey, your rapey main character.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that.
Oh, there's a lot to forget about that movie, and I'm going to go with that. Look, for me, there was no Wonder Woman movie after the first one where she did No Man's Land. It just stops there for me, and that's the perfect Wonder Woman movie.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's Paige Jenkins. I'm sorry, I think you're wrong there. But everyone's entitled to their own opinions. We're sitting here right now in miscellaneous zone, and in this little miscellaneous zone, I have the DC Fandome news to talk about. So,
mate, there's a lot. There's a bit to unpack here.
Now, this is just the so this is the second DC Fandome we're going to have. This is great, and they put together a lineup for it. of what they're going to be talking about, promoting, etc., etc. So now, firstly, I think we're not going to be seeing trailers until DC Fandom. So don't expect to see a Flash trailer or another Batman trailer or anything like that. I reckon it's going to be wait until
I don't
DC
think
Fandom.
we're going to get a Flash trailer.
Look, if they're doing a fair bit of filming, man, I reckon they're going to get a teaser or something together.
You reckon we'll get like a Batman style trailer made out of the first 10 minutes or whatever?
Possibly, yeah. Because they filmed a fair bit. Probably depends on how much visual effects.
I'm keen for another trailer for that.
So, look, they've teased a few things, which is a new trailer for the Batman. Oh, look at this. Here we go. A new trailer for the Batman, new trailer for... first look at Black Adam, and a sneak peek at the Flash movie.
Yeah, so that sneak peek is going to be like they did for Black Adam in the last DC Fandome.
Yeah, so probably just some images or something.
Yeah, you might get some stuff. I don't know. You
There's
might
also
get a
going to be
full look at his
some
suit properly, which would be cool.
behind the scene looks at Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2. So,
well, Shazam's almost... I think they just finished... I think today they just finished filming.
Yeah, they wrapped up Shazam.
Yeah, that's done.
Right. There's lineups for the TV shows, of course. So Batwoman, The Flash, Superman, Lois, and Sweet Tooth.
Stargirl.
Peacemaker, Titans, Doom Patrol. So that's all good stuff too. We're getting a bit of games news as well. So your Suicide Squad killed the Justice League and the Gotham Knights. Harley Quinn, Injustice. So they're the TV shows, obviously. A couple of things. Newbie and the Amazons.
Injustice is a movie.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a TV show.
No, movie. I want it to be a TV show.
That's right. That's where I keep getting lost on, yeah. Also, Catwoman Hunter, DC League of Super Pets. There's a fair bit going on here. Fair bit. Apparently there's going to be a Batman Fortnight comic crossover. That's weird.
Well, he's been in the game. They're doing heaps of stuff with Fortnite are getting skins for everyone. They're getting Marvel skins.
Yeah, Fortnite's
DC,
all over the place,
they're getting every skin known to man. Yeah, it's out of control.
Everyone's getting in there. It's going to feel like Free Guy soon. And yeah, so sneak peek at Harley Quinn season 3. Looking forward to that. It's a fair bit going on, guys. Fair bit going on. So this is October 16th. So we're about a month and a half away, roughly.
So there will probably be, like last year, a dedicated show to DC Fandome.
Yeah, we'll do that, I reckon.
It'll be limited news from other things, and then we break it down.
Yeah. Or we might just do 2 eps that week. One for just DC Fandome, one for that. Might do the same thing when Disney does their one as well, D23.
What do they call? Yeah, D23, isn't it?
Yeah. So because they've got so many properties now, because it'll all be Star Wars news, Marvel news, it'll be everything. But yeah, anyway, let's jump on to actual news for the week.
You know what? I'm gonna jump us into games news quickly.
Oh, okay, go for it.
They released a gameplay trailer for Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It was a bit underwhelming, wasn't it?
It looks... Even like I was watching it, and the missus walked in behind me while I was watching it, and I paused to talk to her, and she goes, what's that? And I said, that's Midnight Suns. And she goes, it looks horrible. Like, the graphics look... And it's 2K Studios. It's Take-Two Studios who are doing it. The graphics look poor. The gameplay is some card-driven gameplay that it's like...
It looked like a turn-based, like...
Yeah, I just want to fight and punch on with people as Wolverine. Like, what is this? That mobile game that you're playing looks better than this.
Now, this is what I'm going to say, man. I started playing the Marvel Revolutions, I think it's called. Marvel Future State, or something like that, whatever it's called.
Great plug. Marvel
it's really... Money. Actually, I will. It's really good. I should probably figure out its name now, shouldn't I? Just
get the name up, because...
Revolution.
Everyone's on Marvel monies. We would like some.
Marvel Revolution. So this is from the team at Netmarble. And this is like, I thought it was going to be like a turn-based game or something. It's a mobile game, you know?
From what you showed me,
it's essentially what we wanted Midnight Sun to be.
It looks like that they should just be switched.
Yeah.
Midnight Sun should be the mobile turn-based game, and this game should be done with a controller.
The controls are are actually really good. Like it's all like obviously pressing buttons on your mobile, but it's really intuitive. Like they've done really well.
Do me a favor. Open the game, go into your settings, and see if there's a support for controller.
Oh, there might be. Oh no, I don't know.
A lot of games are doing that these days, especially games where you're moving around to add a joystick in. Because you can get those game pads now that actually go around your phone and they have like little joysticks on them and stuff.
I'll have to look into it.
To make it a lot easier.
Oh yeah, especially because your fingers get in the way sometimes. But no, it's quite good. But one thing I'm enjoying is they've gone the Injustice route where you get to collect different like skins and stuff to your suits. Yep. And I mean, I've got my Spidey going around right now, and he's got like a the punk Spidey headpiece, the superior Spidey chest piece. Like,
are they easy to get the pieces?
Yeah, you just like complete missions, and they're like you find them while you're doing stuff, and then it's all random though because it's an RPG, so you can see other people playing at the same time, doing the same missions as you. They can help you out at the same time if you're against the same people. Like it's a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. Marvel Revolutions.
Marvel Future Revolution?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I just want to see if...
So anyway, guys, I'm having a lot of fun on that. So if you're bored, it's a massive download for your phone, I have to say. It took me like 10 to 15 minutes to download everything for it because there's a lot of patches and stuff too.
How many gig is it?
It's huge. Like it's...
Wow.
But I'm glad I did because obviously it runs so smooth. And I think it's run on Unreal Engine as well. So it's got a lot of support behind it, but it looks really good. It plays well. The storyline's fun. So the storyline is that the reason they've got all this happening is that they're doing the convergences. So it's kind of like DC's Crisis where your different worlds are merging.
Yep.
But in Marvel, when it happens, two Earths literally appear next to each other and crash into each other, and it destroys both Earths. And then in the comics, the way they had to kind of sort that out was that you had, it's kind of like that whole scene from Dark Knight where you've got the two boatloads of criminals, the criminals and the civilians.
Yep.
So you're on your planet being like, we have to figure a way to stop this from happening so both the planets can survive. But you don't know if the person on the other planet's saying, like your exact alter ego, say the Reed Richards on that planet is saying, look, guys, if we just destroy that planet, we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah.
So there's this kind of like, anyway, the start of the game ends up with Vision sacrificing himself by merging with this world engine they built and phasing the planets into each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he kind of sacrifices himself to do that. But by doing that, every time a planet tries to converge, it just phases into the Earth, and then you get a new subset of that planet on that Earth.
Thanos would be pissed.
Yeah.
There's too much overpopulation going on. He's going to have to just start snapping left and right.
But then that's why you've got like a Hydra place, a Hand place. Like you've got all these so a planet that was completely overrun by Hydra essentially that now has come to live on Earth and like, well, we're going to overrun this planet too. And that's how you're getting different like Marvel skins because each of those planets had their own Spider-Man or had their own.
Yeah.
Anyway, the storyline's
so are they dying?
Great. What's that?
Are they dying for you to get like if you're Spider-Man on this Earth and then another Spider-Man comes in? Do they die? And that's how you get this.
It explains why, like I said, like while you're playing, you can see, It's kind of like when you're running around in Fortnite and you can see someone playing at the same time running by you, or PUBG.
Yep.
That happens in this game too. Like you see like Captain Marvel fly by, but they've got like an avatar name above their head and stuff because it's another person,
Oh, wow. So it is. It's online multiplayer.
Yeah. It's like open world, like.
So you can talk to other people and make friends.
Yeah, you can be in like alliances and stuff and do missions together and all that kind of stuff. Like
that's cool. Now I just had a look, and there is no controller support for it.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it, and
it's only been out a couple of days, so
it has, hasn't it? It's and there's already people out there who are like level 60 and stuff. I'm like, I don't know how you've done this, but well done.
That's all they do.
I admire your dedication.
They don't have jobs.
we're going to jump into TV news now, man. Because we're going to be casting news here. We'll jump straight for the top. We got a Poison Ivy for Batwoman. Now, when we read this, I thought, you know what, I don't know if this is worth talking about because we don't watch Batwoman. And, you know, as much as I love Poison Ivy, you know, I don't really care. And then you brought the point of at least they got a redhead finally.
That's right. They haven't,
which is fair. But
changed her.
They did that for Gotham as well. Remember, they've had like 3 Poison Ivies in Gotham. They had her young. They had her.
I never watched Gotham.
They aged her up. I mean, I've just seen like clips and stuff. You know, YouTube and fall into a hole and it brings up stuff. So, because I tried to watch some of the Joker scenes once to see how he was.
He was
I don't know if they ever actually.
I've done the same
the
thing on YouTube. No, they call him. I think they actually call him Mr. J at some point, and he's Jeremy.
Yeah, he was phenomenal though. He was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
But because of that, I've seen their Poison Ivy, and it looks like it was played by a couple of different actresses because every time they aged her up, they recast her.
Yep.
I think they had a couple of time shifts during Gotham. I don't know. Anyway, so not the first live action Poison Ivy we've gotten on TV, but we have another one. She's a redhead. She's going to be a Batwoman next season. So keep an eye out for that if you're watching Batwoman.
Is Bridget Regan. Good actress. Good actress. I liked her in, what was it, Last Ship she was in.
Right.
Which is a wicked show. Ended not great, but that's not the actor's fault. That's all writing. Look,
not every show can end well. Hey, I want to take it back to Marvel What If just for a second. Did you notice the voice for Black Widow in that Avengers episode?
Yeah, like Belle.
Yeah, which ties in with Poison Ivy, obviously.
Yeah.
I think she did really well.
She was really
I was on board
good.
for
it's
that.
like,
I was like...
There was some times when she was talking, it's like, oh, that's Poison Ivy. And then there was other times like, oh, that's Scarlet.
Yeah.
You've almost nailed it. Like, you've done very well.
I think if she'd just done her own voice, I would have been fine with it. I think she nailed how she was going there.
Yeah.
Like,
she was good.
Good Black Widow. Yeah. Look, and, you know, unfortunately, I didn't get Scarlet back for whatever reason, but not complaining. That was great. Yeah, she knew it was direct to streaming. She didn't want a part of it. Anyway, hey, while on Disney Plus with that What If there, we got Moon Knight news, possibly. Now, this is... Mark Ruffalo. We love you. We do. He's possibly delivered a spoiler just for being a nice guy. So... we might be getting a bit of Mark Ruffalo / Bruce Banner in Moon Knight. And this has been, I'm going to say unearthed because someone took a picture of him with him. He posed for a selfie with someone outside the Budapest hotel where they're filming Moon Knight. And directly after this lady got a picture with Mark Ruffalo, she also got a picture with Oscar Isaac. Just because, you know.
Why not? They're all there hanging out, being friends.
Exactly. So the question was obviously raised, wait a minute.
Why
is Mark Ruffalo there? Which, oh man.
Do we need Hulk in it though?
I don't. This is
anything in that story make sense?
What's got me interested is they've got Mark Ruffalo there. And the last time we saw the Hulk, he was Smart Hulk, obviously, with his badly damaged arm. So I'm interested to know whether he's now Bruce Banner or they're doing mocap and it's all going to be, you know? So that part, I don't care whether he's integral to the story or not. I want to know. Like, I'm interested.
Give us answers.
Yeah. So I'm keen for that. We do know that he was coming back to do She-Hulk.
Yep.
Because obviously his story, his character is a pretty integral part of She-Hulk.
Yeah, I was going to say it's pretty integral for that, isn't it?
Whether this is a setup for that, they're doing a little backdoor thing, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe him becoming Bruce Banner from Smart Hulk is something to do with Egyptian mystic work, you know? Maybe he's searching.
Wouldn't he just go see Doctor Strange?
I don't know. They're on a first name
Like
basis
Peter
now, aren't
does?
they? Yeah.
I feel like Pete's just gone to the wrong person though. Like, why would he go to Doctor Strange? Why wouldn't he just go to Nick Fury and say, Nick, give me a scroll, sort it
Yeah.
out?
That's what it should have been.
It's
But
like
that's obviously...
it's a simple fix.
Sometimes the simplest answer doesn't give you a good movie. Is what we're getting at, I think. Look, speaking of the Marvel TV shows, we also got a synopsis for Hawkeye. And
you weren't happy with this?
No, I wasn't. I'm going to read this out quickly.
Oh, strap yourselves in, guys.
It's a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to read it all. I'm just going to read this part. So it's set in New York City, obviously, at Christmas time. So this is going to be a Christmas show, apparently. Clint Barton, a.k.a. Heroic Archer Hawkeye, gives a truly great gift. He's passing the bow and arrow on to a new generation. The recipient, Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld, a young warrior who worships the Avenger and spent years training herself to be like him. Kate is looking ways to implement those skills, says executive producer Trin Tran, and that's when she runs into Clint, who has no idea who she is and doesn't really understand her obsession for him.
Now, is that how it happens in the comics?
No.
Oh.
No.
This seems like, don't get me wrong, this seems very Miss Marvel-ish.
Now, yeah, and I want to say Iron Boy, fucking Spider-Man.
But am I wrong though? Like, this is legit Miss Marvel. Like, you've got someone who loved that person and wanted to be that person so much and idolized her.
Essentially, yeah.
This is the same story.
Yeah, and like I said, the same story we've kind of got from the Spider-Man we have now, where he's idolizing
Tony
Stark. Whereas in the comics, he's not that character.
No, not at all.
You know? In the Hawkeye comic, from my recollection of Kate Bishop, is that she goes through a lot of like trauma/abuse, and her way of coming out of that and fighting back is to pick up the bow and arrow. That's where it kind of comes. She ends up joining the Young Avengers, and they give her the name Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Because she's good with a bow and arrow. It's not until Clint disappears and I think becomes Ronin that she actually takes on the Hawkeye mantle fully and says, all right, well then I'll be Hawkeye.
Yep.
And then he comes back and says,
no, bitch, I'm Hawkeye.
Pretty much. You know? And then she starts calling him Hawkeye.
So that's what we wanted to see, and that's not what we're going to get.
Yeah, but then they go on and say, like the Marvel comics by Matt Fraction and David Arhart. So they're saying based on the Fraction run, which is what I wanted. Like, that was a great run between these two, but you're removing a bit of the key element to the character.
Yeah.
So whether they're going to get into that, I don't know. They're saying it's set after the 5-year disappearance, so right after Avengers Endgame is where this is going to pick up. Yeah. I'm a little less
enthusiastic by the sounds of it.
Yeah. I mean, I love Hawkeye, and this is what I'm worried about now. So, look, obviously, I haven't had an issue with anything else Marvel's done. Pretty much. Their what ifs throw me through a bit of a loop, but as far as their live action Disney Plus stuff goes, they've hit the mark every time for me. Like, even WandaVision, like, may not have been, you know, amazing rating wise or whatever, but it was still enjoyable and did the job for me. So it got me through to the next episodes. But you know, Loki dominated it. Captain America and the Winter Soldier was great.
Well done. You called it by its right title. Well done. I take my hat off to you. If I had a hat, I'd take it off, sir. Yeah,
look, I was going to say Captain America and Bucky, but
that would have been better.
Yeah,
I don't know why. That still annoys the shit out of me. Why they
really
let one guy
his
change his name? And it's like, it's like he's Bucky. He's not the Winter
I saw that meme
anymore.
the other day, and it was you know that one from
assholes.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine where like you've got, oh man, I want to remake the meme actually. I do it with Stan Lee's cameo in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1, where you know how he's standing at the front with his headphones on and the Lizard and Spider-Man are fighting in the background.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week, in the library.
Yeah. I want to redo that meme and have that little shot of him just ignoring everything in the background and like call him Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So like Captain and Bucky fixing boats together in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And then in the background label them like, Scarlet Witch wrecking the multiverse, Loki wrecking the multiverse, Doctor Strange wrecking the multiverse, like all this chaos just destroying the multiverse around them, but they're just fixing boats together in Louisiana. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna do that.
He's vacuuming at the same time, isn't he?
Nah, I don't know.
I think he's got his headphones on. He's a janitor.
Yeah, he's got his headphones on. No, he's doing like library books or something.
Oh, I thought he was.
He's
vacuuming.
like scanning. I think he's scanning books back from the library.
Well, anyway, you just put Bucky's head, Falcon's head, and then
look
the boat as whatever he's doing.
We're gonna make this. We're gonna make this, guys. You'll see it on our page at some point and be like, "Why have you guys done this?" And then you'll listen to this and be like, "Oh, we understand." Let's jump into other TV. Now, I put it on TV news. I don't know if it's TV. Bel-Air, is that a TV show or is it going to be a movie?
I think it's a show.
It's a show, right?
It's a show. Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah. So this is the reboot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where it's a bit darker, a bit grittier, but they have cast a young Will Smith, and it looks like they've done all right, to be honest.
Yeah.
Jabari Banks.
Yep.
Is the
funny? His last name's Banks.
That's hilarious, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty like that, especially because like Will.
Yeah.
In the show, like his name. I'm
keen. I'm keen for this show. Like I really am. I reckon it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. But anyway, so they've cast a young Will Smith. They put a little stinger out there of Will Smith revealing that he's cast him, kind of things. They did it over Zoom and recorded it or whatever. It's very cute. It looks good. I'm keen for this. But yeah, we've got another. Oh look. We've got possible HBO news here. So we're going to say possible because we don't know how true it is. And I started reading it hoping it was true and then finished reading it hoping it wasn't true. And that is that HBO is developing a Deathstroke TV show where each episode would be Deathstroke taking a contract, taking out a metahuman and moving on kind of thing. So it's going to be a villain of the week kind of setup.
I feel like that can work with Slade.
I was happy with it. I was happy up until that point, to be honest. I was like, yes, I want this. And then it finished with they're looking to recast Deathstroke. And I was like, no, you've already got Deathstroke. Why do you need to recast him?
Why would you recast him?
I don't understand. You've got him already. You don't need to recast him.
Manganiello's like perfect.
You're not getting a better Deathstroke. I'm sorry. You're not. You're not getting someone
Titans did it well. But
you're not getting someone who's as dedicated and obsessed with the character.
No, you're not.
It's
you're
like
not.
all these things about, possibly moving Henry Cavill on. You're not getting someone more invested in that character.
No.
He's named his dog Cal.
Yeah.
Like,
you're just not.
Oh, man.
I don't understand. You don't get a guy, like, not only is he invested, like Joe loves Slade, you don't get someone who looks the part.
Look, even like invested's great, but just the thing about like he's so he hasn't been given the chance yet.
No.
You know what I mean? Like he's been cast as this character for years.
Yeah.
And hasn't actually got to play with the character yet.
No. We haven't seen him take on Mr. Wilson yet.
Let him do it. Anyway.
If we won Lotto, I'd fund it myself. 100%. If I won 80 million in the Lotto, I'd fund the movie myself. Let's do it. Let's do a low budget. We'll put 30 million.
Look, we'll just focus more on practical effects.
And we'll do a grungy
stunt.
I would love to go back to the whole the take on the Deathstroke movie, what it was supposed to be, with a raid style. That would be wicked.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I reckon Joe would almost do it for nothing.
Hopefully, we'll just to get into. We'll be filming it in Perth anyway, so we'll just tell him he can live here without restrictions.
Someone give us money. I reckon we could do it for about 30 mil and make it mad.
I reckon do it for 30 mil and keep fucking 25 for ourselves. Hey,
Joe, get in
Amazon
touch.
Prime. Amazon Prime has a new show coming out in. I want to say I did actually see this somewhere. It was December 24th is the season finale. First 3 episodes dropped November 19th.
Yep.
And then it will be new episodes every Friday. This is a show called Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time, it's from a book series, which I think runs over about 14 books from memory. So they've got a fair bit to
Did you
dive on
watch
this
the
one.
trailer?
I haven't yet, no. Are you into
looks good.
Now,
Visual effects look really good.
yeah. I mean, obviously you'd want them to, especially with Amazon money.
And I was reading a few of the comments on YouTube about it underneath, and so many people are happy with the way it, like, these are people who have read the books that are fans of this series, and they're like, holy crap, we have waited so long to have them up on the screen. This is perfect.
I'm going to do the quick little synopsis here for anyone who might be interested in what we're saying. The Wheel of Time is one of the most popular and enduring fantasy series of all time. Well, that's a big set from the start. With more than 90 million books sold. Set in a sprawling epic world where magic exists and only certain women are allowed to access it.
Yep.
The story follows Moraine, who's played by Rosamund Pike, a member of an incredibly powerful all-female organization called the Aes Sedai. I'm going to say that wrong. I'm so sorry, guys. As she arrives in the small town of Two Rivers, there she embarks on a dangerous world-spanning journey with 5 young men and 1 woman. 5 young men and women, one of whom is prophesied to be the Dragon Reborn, who will either save or destroy humanity. So yeah, it's interesting. They actually did a book series a little while ago, Shadow and Bone, which came out, and this sounds very similar to that.
It looks very similar.
And I really enjoyed that, so probably going to give this a go too, especially if it's got Amazon money around it.
This does look very similar to that, which is what I wanted to tell you. I just couldn't remember the name until you said it then.
Yeah, Shadow and Bone, which I still think you and your missus should watch because it was really good. Actually, yeah, no, I just remembered about that. Watch that, man. It's really good. Like, you and your missus, watch that show.
Rogie.
Anyway, what else do we have here? That's pretty much all the TV news we have. Let's jump to movie news, which we're going to lead with. Venom 2 got a PG-13 rating. Obviously, they still want it to connect with the MCU in ways, so that's why they have to do that. What I have to keep reminding myself is that PG-13 in America is essentially M for us.
Yeah, MMA.
Yeah. So
but then it's weird because they'll rate things R that'll fall into our MA.
Yeah, our ratings
category, which is weird.
So we're waiting to see what this actually is rated in Australia, and their ratings are different as well based on I think it falls around, like, we let a lot more swear words into our lower rated stuff than they do, but
we use it in everyday lingo. Like, they don't drop. Like, we'll use the C word.
They have more blood and gore that slips through into their lower rated stuff than their higher rated stuff. You know,
no.
It's interesting to see.
Deadpool over there was R rated.
Oh, it was M here, wasn't it?
It was M here. So that you don't get much more gore than that. You're getting a guy getting splattered against a sign, and that's R in America, and it's MA here. So it's like, yeah. Why don't everyone just fall under the one banner? It'd be easier.
Oh, because that would be hard to agree to, I reckon. All right, what else do you have here? So we do have some delays, unfortunately, to talk about. Just quickly, we've got Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's been delayed.
That's been moved from the 11th to it hasn't been delayed far. That's the 11th of November to the 19th of November.
That sounds more like trying to avoid an opening weekend or something else.
Yeah, something's where Top Gun Maverick's now being pushed to 2022.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So that sucks.
Yeah. Do you remember that news we got earlier about Venom 2 getting delayed?
Yeah, we spoke about it last week. Something had to go into Morbius's spot, or Morbius was something was happening. Yeah, Morbius was going to have to find a new spot because it was jumping to Morbius's spot or something.
Yeah, well, 15th of October is what we've got now. So it's still this year, whereas from what I heard originally it got moved to next year. So, man,
this hurts my head.
Look, I'm not even sure if it's worth talking about release dates anymore.
We can't even trust ourselves anymore.
Now. We can't. So I think it's just when a movie comes out, we go, hey, this is out. Which is kind of what happened to Shang-Chi for me. That hit me over the head. I was like, what do you mean that was out this week? I don't have time. But anyway, guys, let's give everyone else more time. So you'll get our Shang-Chi review next week because that is out. Go see it. And Free Guy came out as well. Go see that too if you can get 2 movies. What else do we have here? We've got a bit of more sequel news we've got, which is The Accountant, which I loved, by the way.
Great movie.
So the director has come out and said Accountant 2 is happening and Ben Affleck and John Berthnell are both attached. And that's everything I need to hear. That's perfect. I will say what made Accountant for me were I thought Anna Kendrick was incredible as well. And John Lithgow. So obviously Lithgow can't return because of what happened in the movie. And Anna Kendrick probably doesn't make sense to return because...
Why?
The characters have moved on.
Yeah. Like, why bring it up?
So just for those 2 actors, it makes more sense to where you think the story would go. Yep. So I'm definitely keen. Look, this 100%. Accountant is one of the movies where if it's on, I will finish watching it.
Him with that 50 cal, the Barrett 50 cal. Oh, mate. Boots.
Yeah.
Boots.
Oh, man, it's good. It's good. Anyway, The Accountant is getting a sequel, and we are keen for that.
Yes, we are.
Speaking of more sequels, Jungle Cruise is getting a sequel.
Yep. I'm keen for that.
Which I'm...
Have you watched it yet?
I haven't finished watching it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, we paused it and haven't been able to get back to it. We've gotten back to it once and paused it again and just haven't been able to get back to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
They're like on the boat together and stuff and doing stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's that I'm not keen or what the go is, but look, if we had more time, probably would have knocked it out. But yeah, anyway, I'm enjoying it a bit, I think. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, it's going to get a sequel. Don't know what it's going to be about, but it's getting a sequel. More sequel news. Seven, apparently, is getting or has an unofficial sequel. So that's an interesting spin on things. Unofficial sequel.
Yeah.
But it's Hulu that's doing that. So I don't know who did that originally or what it is, but anyway, unofficial sequel going to Hulu is what we've got. All right. So in other news, we've got Hayley Atwell just finished filming her scenes in Mission Impossible 7. I'm surprised this is all still filming. Like, what has happened to this movie? It's the longest filming. Like, I swear this has been filming since we started this show.
I think it's because the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, it's been taking a hit.
They can't pump it out, but they're not stopping.
No. But do you remember when he had that episode based around his giant yelling session about how much money he's got invested in the movie and everyone needs to do the right thing? Like,
yep.
Man, they're pushing through, but wow. Anyway, MI7, Hayley Atwell's at least finished her scenes so they can move on to whatever they have to do next. We got a bit of interesting news here, actually. So we got 2 bits of interesting stuff. So firstly, Charlie Cox coming out saying, I'm not going to confirm or deny whether I'm in Spider-Man. That's going to be a surprise for everyone. I don't want to ruin that.
So you've just confirmed that you're in it. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie, and keen for that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm keen regardless. The next thing we have is the possibility that Martian Manhunter from Zack Snyder's Justice League could appear in the Flash movie. Did you read this article?
That would be nice. That would be nice. I did. It's his stuntman.
Right. Keen for that.
So, yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Harry Lennox's stuntman's been spotted and is titled in the movie. So
now this could just be
2 and 2 together.
They use the same.
He could be
stuntman.
Crew. Yeah, he could be a different stuntman for someone else.
But hopefully it's Martian Man.
The stuntman has followed Harry on socials last week.
Oh wow!
So yeah, there could
that'd be a weird thing to do out of the blue, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, look, could be good.
Martian Manhunter could return. Mate, we're going to actually... Well, no, we do have a bit of Expendables news as well. Expendables 4.
Yes, this is good. This is good. Now, this is casting news. Okay, so still in the movie, we've got Stallone, Statham, Dolph Lundgren, and Randy Couture all coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But we now have Megan Fox joining the crew.
Awesome.
We've got Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Right, okay.
And we've got Tony Jaa.
Who's that?
Coming into it. He is a Thai actor. He did the Ong Bak series. Very, very good fighter.
Okay, right.
Very good fighter. Very good martial artist. Very good stuntman.
Right.
Does a lot of things without wires that shouldn't be able to be done.
Oh, cool. So
he's very
good
when you get a moment, look him up on YouTube. Like, he is very, very good. And I'm very excited for him to be fighting Statham.
Cool. All right.
I'm guessing that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, he fights everyone.
He's like basically Jet Li, but on steroids. Not bulk-wise, just amped to the next level of fighting and stuff.
Righto.
He's wicked. Wicked.
Right. So is that all the cast we have?
That's all the cast we have so far.
Brilliant.
That's it so far. So it should be good.
Right. Well,
but they're going to. I think Expendables 4 is focusing more on Lee Christmas than it is on Barney Ross.
Okay.
So it's going to focus more on Statham than it is Stallone.
Right. Look,
sort of passing the torch.
Keen for it still.
Yeah.
Mate, the last bit of news I want to talk about here is a movie called My Son, right? That's getting done now. This is a remake of a French film, I'm pretty sure, which is also called My Son, which is about a guy whose son goes missing. A 7-year-old son goes missing. He travels to the town where his ex-wife lives to search for answers. Essentially, like, this is Claire Foy and James McAvoy, both incredible actors. The reason we're talking about this is because McAvoy has not been given a script or any dialogue, and he'll only be aware of the basic aspects of his story, so he will improvise and react to each moment as it unfolds. The rest of the cast and crew will be aware of the scenes.
So, see, that doesn't make sense, though.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to then improv off of his reaction. Because if they've got lines, but he reacts differently to what the lines say, that's not going to make sense for the...
Look, it's interesting in a way that one thing we always get told, like, you know, it's one of the most, like, tripe things a director or an actor can say about acting, and it's that acting is reacting. So good acting is reacting to what you've been given, instead of just reading your lines and going, you know, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. In that aspect, obviously this, you know, they have to do that in this show kind of thing, in this movie. What's interesting is that it's a remake for one, so, you know, you can't know where the story's going. You should do. What I want to say, though, is that James McAvoy is incredible. We know this.
100%. We know this.
So I'm definitely keen to kind of see what he does here. And whether this is a marketing gimmick or not, it's worked on me. Because I'm like, yeah, I want to see what he does.
Yeah, for sure.
I still maintain that Split is a masterclass for acting. Like, if anyone wants to watch an actor just go absolute ham, go watch Split, because what James McAvoy does in that is incredible.
Brilliant.
Like,
brilliant.
That should have been, like, for me, that's the kind of stuff that needs to win Oscars.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it doesn't get nominated or anything, but that was acting. Like, that was pure acting. That wasn't practical effects, CG effects. That was nothing. That was just an actor working with what he has. And what he has is a lot to work with when he's James McAvoy, because he's incredibly talented.
He is.
And look, that's probably as far as we're going to go with me just fanboying over James McAvoy for a bit. But My Son, that's the movie or the show. That's on the Peacock streaming service, I think. That's the NBC one. They're picking up a fair few things.
Yeah, they're moving.
Be interesting if Like, this is what I mean. That and HBO and stuff. Like, what's going on with their Australia releases, man? Like, we're getting nothing.
Oh, I don't know.
It's really hard. Makes it really hard to watch
know.
stuff. Because stuff's spread too thin over all these streaming services. Like back in the day, we just had Netflix. Remember that? And Netflix had everything, and you're like, well, I'm on Netflix. I'll be able to watch everything. But now it's like you got to have Disney Plus. You got to have. Oh man, it's hard. Stan everything. That's just me being an old man and complaining about the times, I guess. I miss going to movies, man. Honestly, like going to the video.
Well, we
shops.
can because we live in Perth.
No, going to the video stores. I miss going to the video stores.
Oh, geez, you're getting real old now.
Yeah, but it was that day. It was a whole thing. You go there, you see the specials. They say you can get 2 new releases of 7 weeklies for this much. You're like, I'm going to do that. And then you spend like 2 hours trying to pick what you want.
Now you just spend 2 hours scrolling through Netflix or
yeah,
and then never come to anything, and you end up just watching something that you've already watched 1,000 times.
Yeah. I just watched The Office again. Anyway, I reckon that probably wraps us up, man. Cheers for joining us.
That's it, mate.
That was issue 79, by the way. So 80 next
79,
week.
almost.
You're gonna have.
Wow.
Yeah, it's flying through. Stick with us if you have noticed we have not mentioned Titans at all today. It's because we have a water cooler for that coming up. So stick with us and we'll knock that out.
And let me just do the classic thing. Henry Cavill, Timothy Oliphant. There we go. Ticked off the board.
Oh yeah, we did not mention them. Oh no, I mentioned Cavill earlier and his dog.
Oh, you did too. Well, there, Timothy Oliphant. There you go.
Yeah, we did.
We'll throw him in there.
Sorry, Oliphant.
Anyone else we want to give a special thanks to?
Timothy Oliphant, apparently.
That's it. We'll just say Timothy Oliphant. Thank you, mate.
For being Timothy Oliphant. Thanks.
For just being Timothy Oliphant.
That's all we need.
That's it.
Thanks, guys. All right. Cheers,
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.